we have two competitors, Qirn and Acktheboker, both 3-2 in the tournament. One will be 4-2 and stay alive. The other will be eliminated from the top 8 chances. I am Sinak, and I'm joined by Clear Mouse. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is that too dramatic?
Yes, it was. Should I be excited or nervous for this match?
I don't know. Both are really great competitors. I think we're going to see a lot of really awesome gameplay, especially out of Qirn. Like Qirn, knows the most, if it's obscure, he freaking knows it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Qirn comes up with. I have not looked at the log or anything, except for one thing I was curious about. But we'll have to see how Qirn handles it. He's done some really crazy stuff so far this tournament.
Oh yeah, no, Qirn is a big fan of spoiler log races. He certainly does these a lot of casually too. I'm very excited. Although I will say, Sinek, you are completely impartial and unbiased for this match, correct? Qirn's not an admin or anything for this tournament?
Oh yeah, I gotta root for my boy Ack. He has my name.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said before, yeah, this is gonna be a do or die for both of our runners. Yeah, the loser of this match basically gets eliminated from top 8 chances, and then the winner might be able to get in the top 8. It depends on how good their opponents were. And both of them are off. Got a little bit of a delay between the two. We'll get that synced up here.
It does look like both runners are starting from sync.
Qirn opting out of that 50 rupees. Might have some other plans for rupees. Or bombs. Ack may grab those for bombs.
50 rupees is exactly what 10 bombs cost.
Yep.
How convenient.
Or a more likely scenario is you never looked in what was in that chest and you're like, I'll just go grab it quick. It could be a piece of heart or something. Alright.
Ack is already blind.
Yeah, we got route divergence already. Well, Ack has to grab bombs, yeah, so
there was a whole heck of a lot of money there though in Blind's basement.
Yeah, we have the perfect amount of money on Qirn's side. The perfect amount.
Alright, looks like Ack has scrunched together as well as a lot of money in the bottom of the well. Qirn is gonna follow suit here. Looks like he'll get a ton more money. Will ruin his perfect rupee count. It's like Ack is backtracking into Blind's hideout after all.
Based on the fact, I suspect that there's probably some money on Zora at this point. Yeah, Qirn's getting out of here, so the sub 5 Zora.
Yeah. Well, so Zora's not technically in logic for them yet. They will need the gloves or the flippers.
Logic doesn't matter in spoiler races. The logic is irrelevant.
Ooh, Qirn killing up bombs there, taking advantage of the 8-bomb rupee horde crab.
So that's information that we do put in the spoiler log for the runners that you can take advantage of. It's always nice to see at the bottom of that log some bombs on one of the drops there.
Qirn had a very nice bomb strat there to kill the mini Moldorns. Picking up a hammer and the moon pearl.
And getting out of there. Hammer.
Ack has a little bit more safety on for him, picking up the shield.
So there must be a lot of value in Zora area.
Yeah, and with the Moon Pearl, they can they can actually go visit the waterfall ferry if they so choose.
Yeah, there's nothing like he can't do the ledge. So he can't do Zora ledge. He doesn't have the gear to really do any shenanigans with getting to it without flippers.
Oh, look at those great footwear! Not quite the footwear that we would probably need for Zora, but no one's gonna say no to boots, especially this early.
I'll say that's probably the one reason why people like spoiler races. Just the odds of you finding boots are 100%, assuming that you want it.
I see. If we see Qirn in chat, Sinak, potentially he might have other ideas about being able to do Zora ledge.
Yeah, well, no, like those boots make that possible. Make that a thing. There is mushroom there on the Zora ledge. Farami says, Sinak, I had 2 matches in boots and GT, please fix. I'm not the man that you need to ask about that. Sorry, Farami. But if you agree to do an interview at the end of one of your races, I might be able to have some inputs. And there's a nice full flute.
Looks like Qirn is heading straight back to the village. He's going to activate that flute immediately. So far, very similar routing. Other than I think the ordering of the buildings that they visited the village, looks like route for move for moves exactly the same.
Alright, looks like those boots were pretty well needed just for that.
Eastern being a crystal 5/6 crystal nonetheless, this means that they have immediate access to full clearance.
There's our flute activation, with Ack just shortly behind. It's going to be able to activate this flute here in just a hot second. Speaking of which, just in case anybody's not familiar, Qirn was typing in chat earlier. That's allowed. They can look at the restream. Qirn can completely hear the fact that I'm rooting for Ack right now, so...
Wait, so does that mean I need to root for Qirn to balance things out? But if I also want to root for Ack?
I mean, I won't stop you.
Alright, looks like both of them had a very similar idea. Ack momentarily forgetting that he does not have a glove yet to lift that rock.
Just doing some dancing here in the eastern area.
Yeah, those screens were a bit shaky on Ack's side.
And Cannonball's being a little rude.
Despite never having the boots in the vanilla game for Eastern Palace, this is actually one of the dungeons that's really nice for boots. Okay, and on Qirn's side, we found a glove in Eastern. This is our traditional Dark World access.
The worst. This is
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to go get the big key out of its vanilla location. And you know, as you mentioned before, logic means nothing in spoiler log races. These guys will have. Well, I don't imagine them having any issues doing dark rooms without the lamp.
Nah, they'll be fine.
And they even have a little sword sparkles to help them out here.
Ack has an emote in his channel that's just a black square. It's like Ack the dark or something like that. Because he does dark rooms like
no
this.
lamp. That is that is yeah. I think when I first saw it out, I laughed so hard.
Ack the no lamp, yeah. There you go. It's the best emote on Twitch.
Qirn having a few seconds lead here. Honestly, probably I should just attribute to Ack picking up those couple of chests in probably think the bottom of the well and in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Oh, speaking of which, if you Qirn fans out there, if you're a Qirn sub, spam those Qirn emotes.
I didn't even know there was an HD version of the lamp. Now I want to see it.
I wonder what that could be. I'm like just super curious. Like what could a HD version of a black square be? Ack?
That
like
doesn't
Ack
look quite
not I think what he was wanting to do.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, we couldn't see anything because there was no lamp. My guess is that one of the Igors just got away. You know, it's harder, I guess, to imagine like the Poke's doing a lot more damage, but I mean the Igors do one part each, and their move is a lot more erratic.
Qirn, what is the spaghetti here?
Maybe Qirn was distracted watching some other screens. Although he did pick up a quick medallion. Does not look like it is a medallion necessary for entry, but certainly being a prize on the boss. You know, it's he'll definitely use it, and it also could be a good offensive item too. So, for example, if he wants to deal with dead boss.
And now Qirn. Sorry, he makes his way through, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Ack's second attempt at Eastern Palace is quite successful. We'll also take on Armos. See if he can make up a little bit of time here, trying to get the Armos quick kill that Qirn was not as successful at executing.
For what it's worth, dying in Eastern isn't the worst. There are way worse things in this game.
Oh yeah, like any other dungeon that people complete. Alright, we do see Qirn picking up the Titan's Mist and the Mirror, another fire container out of Hype Cave, and the ice. Wow, what a loaded cave! Axe, very nicely done. Quick kill Armos.
The non-spaghetti Armos.
Qirn, after looting Hype Cave, has decided to go up the mountain. Alright, so with the hammer, with the mirror, he has access to a lot of Death Mountain here. Oh, and the Mist. Yeah, so he has access to even more here. It looks like Ack is following suit. We'll probably take his goodies out of Hype Cave. We'll see if he follows Qirn up the mountain.
Something is in Hera.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Yeah, no. Maybe we want to say the same thing. So yeah, Qirn pulls out the fire rod from Hera. Yeah, usually in a spoiler log race, runners want to save Hera for last because it's like the most convenient dungeon to complete. once we're ready to hit GT. But given that there is something in Hera, Qirn looks like he wanted to visit there first. But it looks like he is going to put it off. Chances are maybe he wants to go pick up the hook shot before completing Hera.
I could definitely see that. That executing a Hera pot there would be a lot faster than trying to do it right now without hook shot.
Alright, Ack looks like... go ahead, Zanek.
Oh, like, if there's nothing in the other half of Hera, it's like, why bother? It's faster to do it later.
I was going to say, looks like Ack is not following suit, following Qirn up the mountain. He's going to spend a bit more time, probably, maybe in the Village of Outcasts area. Did pick up another safety from Gate 45.
Or flips. Resource management. It's an important thing in spoiler races. I'd be surprised, I don't know, if I had a nickel for every time I went up GT without arrows, I'd have a nickel.
That's just one nickel to that? I would probably be in like the dollar range here. Qirn finished up with the mountain for the moment. Decided to take looks like a dip into my area, picking up something from the Queen Shed. Racking up the safeties in the village. Oh, looks like Qirn picked up a book, very conveniently placed if he wants entry to desert.
I mean, like, he's gonna have access to desert this way. So
that's true.
There's something on the tablet, or else he wouldn't have gone for that.
Maybe he was going to read the pedestal for us.
Bombo's tablet? Bombo's tablet. Yeah. So Ack is grabbing his level 2 sword.
Yeah, not quite vanilla, since it would be level 3 here, but since swords are progressive, this is the best we're gonna get.
Good enough for me.
Alright, so with more safeties in hand, Ack looks like he's gonna make his way up the mountain, probably pick up his fire rod from Hera. And probably also visit Paradox's Cave to get his bookers.
So, Cane of Samaria. So, like, the last big item that we need is going to be, we need hookshot. Like, hookshot is a major item we're still missing. But then after that, and actually Swamp Palace is, so get this, Swamp Palace is it's a pendant, right?
It is a pendant, yes.
So that means, like, I know Ack is like the king of hovering. Well, I wouldn't call him the king of hovering, but he's a hoverer. I think Qirn also knows how to hover. I'm not sure. I'm sure he hovers. Qirn, feel free to correct me on this. So this could easily be a scene where you decide to just skip hookshot depending on how terribly it's placed.
My inclination is still that Qirn is going to try and find a hookshot.
Yeah, it depends, right? Like,
especially
if you're not.
Yes.
Can't hook. All right, so Qirn
yeah.
is going to have to find hookshot. Yeah, don't you just press A a lot?
Yeah, you just press A when you need to push. Yeah, you just press A when you're supposed to press A, and then let go when you're supposed to let go. Easy.
Yeah.
Qirn making his way through Thieves Town, certainly demonstrating that boots plus sword is much more pleasant Thieves Town. Although this hallway is not doing him any favors.
So that being said, like that's something, yeah. So like yeah.
We see a demonstration on Ack's side that he can indeed hover.
So Ack is gonna be in a situation where he could skip hookshot, and it probably wouldn't be any skin off his back. This is like your traditional like spoiler hover seed is what we're looking. I mean, this is assuming though that, well, we have everything else we need to beat the game.
Yeah, and you know, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if runners try and look for a third sword. You know, that would certainly help them speed up a lot of boss fights, including Ganon.
Well, all right, so yeah, Ack is already on that tempered sword. That's Qirn could easily grab it as well if he wanted to. I forgot where that other one was at, but
Ack grabbed the sword from the smiths.
Okay.
It looks like Ack is also upgrading his shield as well. We have fire shield now versus, I believe, no shield on Qirn's side.
Fire shield isn't that bad. It's mirror shield that nobody likes.
Yeah, and certainly, yeah, yeah, and certainly with the fire shield, Ack will have a little bit more safety fighting blind. I certainly don't imagine blind giving these runners too much trouble since it's a scripted fight, but you know, safety, you know, it's certainly you won't turn it down if you have it. I think I also missed where Qirn picked up Peanut Burna, so that's certainly another safety on his side. Crystal number 2 down for Qirn. Ack looks like he is shortly following suit. It looks like Qirn is going to pick up his tempered sword. Doesn't look like he wants to pick up any of the safety so far, at least that Ack had picked up, at least the one in the brewery.
Alright, so yeah, so Qirn is gonna have tempered sword. It's a good call, especially if silver arrows aren't going to be nowhere to be found. We don't know where they're at yet, but
and certainly as we've seen Qirn here joining us in chat for the restream, he is quite aware of the state of the match, and so depending on what he feels comfortable with, if he feels like he's a little bit ahead, he could certainly adjust his decisions more on the fly to see, if he needs to play like more conservatively or aggressively. Alright, so certainly no hookshot needed here in Skull Woods. So assuming the hookshot is not here, Qirn will just make his way straight to Mothula with tempered sword. The fire rod, he should have a pretty good time.
Oh yeah, this won't be too bad. Yeah.
RNG not being terribly friendly, but probably just cost him like a second or something. Unfortunately, Qirn does not quite time the Gyptos slashing into the spike. Looks like he doesn't need to wait for the Wallmaster since the Wallmaster was already present in the last room. Dropping down the Moth needs 4 slashes with Tempered. Not sure if the first dash hit landed. The Moth was down very cleanly.
He's good.
Yeah, and thank you, Ack, for showing us where that Queen of Burna was, right next to the main cell. So that seems typical of, like, cartoon villains, you know, you, like, leave a weapon, like, that, you know, can kill the boss, like, right next to the boss himself.
And looks like time for ice. With Acktheboker, looks like about a dungeon behind right now. Not too terrible.
Yeah, it's not even like that long of a dungeon either. I think see, you know, looks like at least so far the biggest time difference is something. So Ack ended up dying in the last dark room in Eastern Palace. So that cost him a little bit of time, and then he ended up picking up a couple more safeties. That's honestly like pretty minor. But really, like this is still a pretty close race here. Like Qirn will give us a demonstration of Icebreaker.
Oh boy. Yeah, he'll nail this.
Alright, good thing that Qirn hit the switch once. It is certainly not the first in this tournament that we have seen people successfully execute Icebreaker here, getting across this barrier, but not quite hitting the switch either the first time or multiple times, such that by the time you get over there, you have to still go the long way around because the orange things are up.
You also don't want to forget to steal his key here.
Definitely avoiding that Wallmaster. Also gets the Gibbos down pretty quickly despite having Sword Beams. That was one of the rooms that you really don't want Sword Beam for.
And Ack has Mothula down. That'll be crystal number 3. I think for the most part, like, with the exception of Qirn probably having to go find Hookshot, we're both of our runners are pretty much in go.
Yeah, and they've definitely been nailing these dungeons down super fast. And for the most part, keeps Cold Stare in the corner.
Yeah, loses containment a little bit, but manages to clean it up.
With an extra heart going into Ice Palace here, Ack will be able to take, I think, one more hit at Cold Stare if he needs to. Qirn buying some extra arrows. Certainly very convenient right after Ice Palace since you're right here. This is potentially an indication that he is going to Mire and going to use some arrow shots on Vitreous.
So right now, what Qirn really needs to do is, like, he just needs to execute.
I thought you were gonna say he just needs to learn how to hover.
Oh well, that too, but I can't help that right now. Plus, there is a decent chance that hookshot is going to be along the way for Qirn. There's a lot of dungeons that he hasn't gone into. It could be, yeah, it could be in Mire, it could be in Turtle Rock, it could be here in Mire. Like,
yeah,
the worst case scenario is it's an independent dungeon we're not going to find. He's going to have to go out of his way for it. But I suspect he probably would have grabbed it by now if it's an independent dungeon based on where they are.
Yeah, and I mean, certainly there's a very strong indication that it's not in Swamp, given that they had already visited Bombos. I think they had a mirror at that point, so it probably means that they didn't need to dip it. Hopefully we will not have to see the cutscene test today.
I mean, I could see Axe skipping hookshot even if it's right along the way just for the lulz. Hey, I think, well, he wouldn't because like it's gonna save him a significant amount of time in Eastern, so, or not in Hera, excuse me. So probably not actually. He's probably gonna want to grab it if it's pretty quick to get.
Yeah, and he certainly doesn't have to use it outside of Hera. You know, I can certainly see him hovering Moldrum too, but I mean, they also do have Temper, so it probably won't be too much of a time difference if he just chooses to kill Moldrum and wait for the chest. Alright, speaking of the Act No Lamp, we see Qirn doing a Dark Mire basement, only guided by the fireballs and the King Samaria block.
Qirn. He's a little too, that block just went a little too far north. I believe in you, Qirn.
I thought we were rooting for Ack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I believe in you, Ack.
Well, good, because he's going to do Mire Dark basements here too soon. Alright, it looks like Qirn definitely got his way through after a few attempts. Certainly do not blame him whatsoever pulling out the Blue Cane of Samaria to get him through this room. Dying here would be very, very inconvenient.
So, doing a Samaria dash into that block, kicks it over, blows it up. Oh. Alright, Qirn's out of there.
Yeah, those dark rooms are really very, very difficult. I mean, Qirn probably did have, you know, maybe like a hiccup here and there, but I mean, he certainly made it look pretty much easier than it actually is. Okay, Qirn, we're all here for you. Alright, looks like Qirn is going to start with arrow. Oh wow, that eye. Just have to be a little careful here, though. I think outside of the Queen of Berna, which he does have a little bit of magic left, does not look like Qirn has any other safeties.
This is gonna put those arrows to good use.
Jeez.
Oh, he's fine. Yeah, no, he's alright.
Alright, yeah, he's fine, he's fine. No worries here.
Did he please? I think that's Oko Lightning, but yeah, we're good. We have 8 arrows still. Yeah, we have enough arrows.
Very, very excellent resource management from Qirn here. Definitely a very worthwhile purchase for the arrow upgrade to have 35 arrows for this fight.
Sneak a peek at where this lamp is at, because... Oh yeah, we're definitely not getting that lamp.
Alright, you piqued my curiosity, Sinak.
Yeah, so that lamp was in the Swamp Dig chest. That's not happening.
Alright, with a completely easy Vitreous down, Qirn is back up the mountain.
Qirn, what are you doing?
Almost back up the mountain. I think,
yeah, Qirn,
yeah, maybe
Qirn realizing that's not the way to go, unfortunately. It's kind of rare to be hookless in this type of scenario, though, so I totally get it. It's like, and speaking like, just yeah, Ack is just deleting these eyeballs over here.
Yeah,
Ack
had
great.
a very, very good mire. So certainly choosing. So I mean, he had a little bit more health compared to Qirn when he entered Vitria, so he was definitely able to take advantage of some damage boost here, and to be able to use sword spins.
That was a very efficient kill, though. It's pretty great.
Ack did come in second place in the 2019 main tournament of Rando, so you know I certainly don't expect any less from him. Alright, Ack is up on the mountain, just like Qirn. Looks like he does remember that he has no hook shot. I mean, so Ack is, you know, very much just hot on Qirn's trail here. Probably under yeah.
Still a little bit of a cushion here, but yeah, this is really a scenario where like seconds or even frames matter. When you're getting to this how close these two runners are right now.
Yeah, really, both runners are, you know, 35-ish minutes in, and they really just have to clear Turtle Rock and Hera and then GT. I mean, the seed has certainly, I think, been is a pretty fast seed in general, but I mean, like, you know, just the fact that, like, it's Qirn and Ack running, like, makes this seed go by even faster. Alright, Qirn does remember that he does not have the hook shot for this room, so he will have to take the damageless route.
Oh.
Hey, look, there's the hook shot.
Yeah, Qirn has hook shot. Yeah, Ack's gonna grab that. No doubt about it. Like, it's a pretty necessary place to check anyway. You need that small key, so...
And not often you get to see someone riding the Kingdom of Samaria, I guess, like, floating block, and then also having a magic block alongside with you.
Yeah, so the thing about grabbing that hook shot if Ack grabs that hook shot, that's gonna save him time in Hera. Like, that's a hard time save for him. So
yeah, I guess I'm not sure what setup Qirn does for Herapot. I think Ack does the boots setup.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. We'll have to see. There's like a spin speed setup that's pretty sick. It's actually my favorite. It's my favorite setup personally for Herapot. But and
Qirn, Trying to avoid the bunny beam, I guess ultimately not succeeding. But it was quite entertaining to watch.
There was an attempt.
Alright, finding our last big key. Oh, sorry. Yes, our last big key needed for
chomps. Chain chomps, please.
It's almost as if this dungeon is like really dangerous or something. They expect you to have a lot more health by the time you come here in the vanilla game.
And you got blue mail and like 7 hearts, you're fine. Or, excuse me, 8. I can't count. Qirn has 6.
Yeah, Qirn has 6. He has not had such any real good luck with these Pokies though.
Yeah, there you go. By the way, you can bonk over rollers.
Yeah, that was a really nice bonk. Looks like Ack needs to wait for the switch. Oh no, he didn't kill Poki either.
Got bunnied.
Got Rudolph, I guess.
Yeah, Rudolph. Yeah.
Alright, looks like Kurt is going to get through the final dark room that these runners have to go through. This one is certainly not as difficult as the minor dark rooms. But Qirn does only have two hearts left of health. Seems like he's gone this. It almost seems like he's gone this entire sea with just 1 to 2 hearts to the entire time. But he's a survivor.
So P-Flan. I'm gonna call out P-Flan a little bit. I'll tell you something. If he did find some minor tech right now, I'm pretty sure Qirn would be pretty interested in it. I could definitely see that. Just saying.
Alright, so we do see Qirn taking the safety door. Certainly not a bad decision given that he does only have 2 hearts. If he ends up dying to Trinex for whatever reason, or dying on Laser Bridge, if he had start with not at this injured, it is a significant time loss.
Qirn. Alright. He has a heart. We good, boys. We good. He has 1 heart container. He'll have 2 here. And a magic bar. I think he'll be just fine. And then we got laser skip on Ack's side. I don't think he even went for safety door. Nah. Ack doesn't need that.
No, he has 5 hearts in blue mail, versus Qirn. Oh, he will have 6 hearts in blue mail versus Qirn here. Even tempting backdoor strats with 2 hearts. Every fight by Qirn is an on the edge of the seat fight for us. I think he is past the danger side though, but I mean, he is like right on Qirn's heels here.
How many pairs of jeans have Qirn gone through right now?
Yeah,
I see him like just like mid-race, just like changing them. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, like if he has time to chat, I mean, makes sense, right? I don't know.
6th crystal down for Qirn at 4150, right outside of TR. Holy cow! This is super tight.
Qirn is saying it's the same pair. Okay, thanks for clarifying. Much appreciated. All right. Okay, so Qirn is entering Hera at 4215.
Yeah, we saw Ack exit Total Rock at 4215. So I think it's about a 25-second difference at least from TR exit.
He went with so he did the bomb hook shot setup. And Ack is showing us the spin speed setup. Let's get a little bit in the wall there. And that looks good, yep. Alright. Qirn is going to
Have no issues with Moldorm, he did not fall or anything. Picks
who
up.
falls to Moldorm in 2020? And we are a crystal cutscene away from each other right now. Ack is like slowly clawing back time.
Yeah, Axe execution has really just been superb in this entire fight, or in this entire run. I think just minus probably the Eastern Death. I mean, he's played this very well.
I'll tell you, both runners have had like top tier execution. This is like, if you want to know how to play Link to the Past, these two guys. So Qirn, actually, I'll shout out his stream a little bit here. Somebody puts like an exclamation R in chat. Qirn, like usually about once every week or so, he'll do like a stream where he'll just take questions, right? If you have a question about like how to route something or how to execute whatever, or if you want Qirn just to analyze some of your gameplay, he does that. He calls it like his office hours, I think is the term for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would highly recommend checking him out, especially if you want to get better at ALTTPR. It's a pretty solid resource there. And Ack, he also streams too.
That doesn't quite do the office hours though, certainly. That's true.
I mean, I think nowadays he's like a satisfactory streamer. By the way, pretty good game though. Don't get me wrong.
And Ack, we're on Ack's side, right? Alright, Qirn making the most efficient usage of his arrows, having exactly 0 left after the mimics. I think Ack ended up taking a little bit more time to hope for picking up 2 heart containers. That is pretty much the difference between these two runners right now.
Yeah, Ack skipping safety cave or safety room. Probably really can't afford to use it, even though he's getting lucky with some of these heart drops here, which is really nice. It's kind of nice to have that as the prize pack here.
With Boots and Tempered Sword, Gauntlet is certainly more doable than Bootsless. Qirn is willing down his health here. That is a very very well-timed heart drop.
So 2 hearts. Doesn't really have enough arrows to do this. Yeah, he's gonna have to just do fighter or tempered spins. He's on a heart and a half. Has to exhibit some caution. A little bit more caution than Ack is gonna have to give. Still wants to conserve magic usage. You notice he just wasn't going ham on the fire rod, because you're gonna need that magic later, especially since you don't have a bottle.
Yes, Qirn did not pick up anything. Ack does have a bottle with green potion in it, so he does have a little bit more safety. Both runners, Landmo, though, didn't seem to be terribly friendly, because I think Ack tried to fire rod the first one and gave him a short hop, which was really unfortunate. These guys are just, a couple of rooms difference here.
Yeah, this race is really tightening up here. We could certainly see Ganon execution at this point make the difference.
Yeah, getting the 1-in-1 here with Tempered will be very, very important. Qirn actually, coming into the torch room, did have a little bit more magic. safety. Oh my gosh, Ack wise to spare because neither runner has the lamp. You know, I'm really glad that Ack had just enough magic for an extra fire rush shot.
So Qirn did grab a bread potion. So that will help out just a little bit here. Qirn! No! Uh-oh.
Oh no!
No!
Qirn! Oh no!
Magic! Arrow? I think he's Arrow. No!
Oh no! How did he get stuck?
Alright, yeah, he is stuck. Oh no.
How did he get stuck there?
Yeah, the crystal switches, man. They're the worst.
Can he bomb himself out? He can't even take damage. Or...
Yeah, I don't... No. Yeah, that...
Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, because I bet he... Yeah, like, because he probably landed on the switch right, you know, like, this is like Coffee Break, you know, in Hera type, you know, where you're invincible, so you probably can't damage boost yourself off of the spikes you have to hit this. Oh my... Wait, so can he hit the switch with the bomb?
Maybe.
He doesn't have...
I don't want to give ideas right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Qirn is with us. No. we're so fixated on Qirn's side. I think we totally missed like all of Ack's Aga 2 fight.
And Qirn has mirrored out. Yeah, I think a bomb throw would have probably helped. Probably could have gotten him out of that.
Because he does need to lower the switch, right? Yeah.
Yeah. That was just unfortunate.
If Qirn has enough arrows for mimics in this room.
Alright, well...
Do we know if Qirn can mimic?
Oh yeah, he's mimic clipping. Alright, so Ack is working his way, is going for the 1-on-1 on Ganon. I'm sure he's gonna get it. There we go.
Very nice mimic clipping by Qirn.
Yeah. So because the mimics are clipped off screen, these BMOSs can't shoot because video games.
Robust programming. Is that what you meant?
Yes. Something sprite limits or something like that. Alright, so Ack is in phase 4 right now. Needs to get 12 tempered spins and is gonna have this.
He just needs to be consistent. It looks like he did end up getting Torch Whip as well, unless we just missed that.
Yeah, you hate to see something like that happen on Qirn's side, but that's just the way this game is. Like sometimes he just gets stuck and.
Yeah, no, that was just truly unfortunate. I mean, you know, this race was just like super close too.
Yeah, Ack got all 12 spins in, has Ganon down, sword is in the air. He's going to be finishing up here in just a minute. And Acktheboker is finished in first place with an SRL time of 1:07:02. Minus 15 minutes, make it a 52:02.
Certainly GG to Ack here. He put on, just independently, he put on an incredibly great show. Very well executed throughout.
The double spin kill there. Yeah. And we're gonna see if we can get Ack in here in just a second. Qirn is gonna finish this out here.
So these are some nice drops. Certainly will give them a little bit more cushion going up. I think, so Qirn does have enough magic here, I think, to light all 4 torches. And then he does not need the match refill in the next room. I think he can just go straight up and then get the last magic refill, like, in the room right before Mulder 2.
So, so for anybody wondering, silver arrows, those were on Lumberjack tree.
Given that we didn't have to kill Aga though this year, we were probably most likely never going to see those.
Yep.
Qirn is taking no chances in this room here, it looks like.
I don't blame him. Is he gonna try it again? Oh, he's gonna see if he can do it. Qirn, the hero. So he's now experimenting how he can actually get himself out of this. And then he's probably gonna try the bombs as well. Throw a bomb here. Yep, he could have.
Looks like he would have done with a bomb. Alright, well, so now we know for the future.
Yeah.
Looks like we are joined here by Acktheboker. GG's, Ack. Congratulations.
Hey, Ack. Ack the Silent.
Is this like Ack the Acktheboker?
Yeah, Ack the no mic. We'll get back to Ack here in just a second here. Qirn is finished Moldorm 2.
Are we looking? Oh, I was wondering if he was. Oh, well, all right. Well, we found red mail.
Yeah, it was like Ack also grabbed red mail. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must. Yeah, I think we were all very fixated on Qirn trying to get himself free. Probably just missed it.
Yeah, Qirn in the box there for a second. At least now he knows how to get himself out of that.
Yeah, actually, with that pause, I was almost wondering if he was gonna try and learn how to hover real time.
Did you hear me now? I figured it out. I'm back.
Yes, we can hear you now. GG, Zach.
Thank you, GG's.
Were you watching Qirn at all?
Not at all. My brain couldn't handle it this time.
That's fair. So you were actually you and Qirn were neck and neck, all the way up to the pre-Moldorm chest. Guess what happened there?
Did he quadrant glitch?
No, he got stuck on the crystal switches, and he didn't have magic for Samaria, so he was trying to hit the switch to get free, and he couldn't. He was just trapped in like the right spot. Yeah. He then so he mirrored out, and then he got back there. He then trapped himself again. You had already won at this point, and then he just experimented with a few more ways to actually get himself free from that.
Okay. Well, that's why my mic wasn't working, but I joined and you guys were talking about that, and I'm like, what the heck's everyone talking about? That's what I was asking. That's what you missed.
Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
I know.
Yeah, I think
Like,
probably by the time you finished, Qirn was already up on, like, he'd already made his second trip up the gauntlet, and so like you probably didn't see him getting stuck and then having to restart.
Yeah, the scenario was basically you were kind of behind Qirn the entire time. The death in Eastern kind of set you back a little bit there, but you were just kind of making that time up incrementally throughout the entire race. So you really like closed the gap after that, just like slowly but surely.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with me and Eastern Palace in these spoiler log races. I think I've died in there 3 out of 5 times now, or 3 out of 6 times. It just seems like the right thing to do, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should stop doing that.
Is that your
I'll just interrupt here for a second. Qirn did officially forfeit the race. I have a feeling he's going to do something major now. Is he going to do something major? Is there going to be shenanigans?
The Qirn show?
Yeah, I think Qirn is going to go ahead and maybe do some shenanigans. But
did he do Turtle Rock his first trip up Death Mountain?
no.
Or did he just go up there and grab the stuff and leave too?
No, he didn't. Yeah, he did Turtle Rock almost
right
last.
before, he did it right before Hera. So basically the same route as you, Act. I think he just swapped some of the ordering that he ended up picking things up. Like after you did Hype Cave, you stayed down and picked up more safeties. Qirn after Hype Cave just went immediately up.
Okay. That makes sense. I think maybe doing Turtle Rock the first time up the mountain was about the best way to do it.
Randomizer tournament winners: Jet, Andy, and Ben a couple times. Yeah, Qirn just showed us how to do hula hand from Ganon Pyramid.
And we're joined by Qirn. GG's Qirn.
Hey, good evening.
Hey, Qirn. Sorry, I was kind of feeling for you there, like up in Tower of up in GT there in the pre-Moldworm 2 room.
Yeah, I've never had that, but now I know I can get out. Now I know I can get out of the bombs. But the sad thing is that my first thought was Canis Samaria, which would have worked, but I didn't have any magic, so that's really the sad thing. But yeah, now I know. It's my fault for not knowing that. Like that should have happened to me at some point, or
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah. But also, I feel good about this loss because it's much better. Like, you were right on my butt, Ack, and you were gaining time. So it's much better out and died on Ganon or something. So I appreciate it. Also, I totally realized that was going to be lampless. I had no magic in a bot, and I think you did. So that was going to be a required perfect silverless Ganon fight. I'm pretty sure. Or no, that's only if you have Master Sword. Never mind. It's not required perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I grabbed the green bottle out of Spiral Cave because I was very scared of the decline. It was funny too. I almost botched it. My last fire rod shot, I had like 1 extra, mostly because I played real soft on land mode. But I was like, okay, all you have to do is shoot up and hit this torch, and I shot down at the wall. I was like, man, I just don't work well under pressure.
Yeah, luckily you had exactly 5 shots. I was pretty scared at that point.
I think I still had my green, but it was like, I don't know. It's like when I tell myself in my head not to do something, it's just like I have to do it. Much like I tell myself not to die in Eastern every time I play, I just still have to do it regardless.
But were you on tilt at all after Eastern?
No, I mean, honestly, I'm getting kind of used to it, so... I actually laughed when it happened. I was like, oh, of course, Eastern. What else is new? I laughed at myself. I don't know.
Yeah, I think despite being an Eastern, essentially like an Eastern Palace death, incrementally you just made up so much extra time. So by the time I think it was probably like a minute-ish difference after Eastern, but then I think by the time you guys got up to Hera or TR, it was something like 25 seconds, and then by the time like GT finished, or like you guys were just like 2-3 rooms apart at that point.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't watching him, and I know I died in Eastern, and I was, yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't even really know how the standings work or what we got to do to move on to the next round. I'm just was trying to play my matches, and I think after Eastern, everything was kind of okay. I mean, everything felt pretty smooth after that. A couple of hiccups here and there, but it wasn't anything too major.
Yeah, I also think that one major difference, at least in your routes, was that you ended up picking up more safeties along the way. Like, you can see the heart container differences, right? Like 10 versus 6. And by the time you got to like Vitreous, for example, like you had a lot more health. So then you were, I think, able to do like temper sword spins. I think by the time you got there, I mean, yeah, I know, Qirn, you did pick up a lot of arrows, but it seemed like you weren't able to use your sword as much.
I couldn't. Yeah, and you mean on Vitreous?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I could slash, but it would be a lot more dangerous on 2 hearts. So I couldn't do any like deboost spin strats or anything.
Yeah, we were watching the Vitreous, but geez, like those lightning bolts like were, I don't know, pixels away from you, Qirn.
Yeah, I there was like 4 close calls there. I should have died for sure.
Yeah, there was like no safeties and no bottles early, and the hard containers were all kind of weird. So I pretty much grabbed anything and everything I could, and that's kind of been my style for most of these runs. I mean, I don't know. You lose a lot more time when you die, and then whenever you're about to die, you play super, super, super slow and conservative. So if I can, I always just try to grab the safeties and just hope that time's not what makes the difference.
I didn't have time to look for safeties because I was so like, I spent probably 5 minutes on the question of whether or not I should go into blind set for the 300 or I could get the rupees in a different way. Like for Sora. So I wasted a ton of time there, and I didn't have any time to look at safeties. So like all the stuff that you got, I totally would have got to if I had the time to look for it.
You just got the 300 from Cackwell and Blindset, right?
That's what I ended up doing, yeah, because I convinced myself there wasn't another way, but I spent 5 minutes doing that.
Oh, were you trying to like maybe not go to Kakariko until you got the flute?
Yeah, exactly. To do it all in one trip.
Yeah, it didn't seem possible to me. And then the fact that the bow was in the library, like I think I thought that too, but then I saw the bow was in the library, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go right back here anyways. And then you get your glove to do Eastern. So I thought about that for a half second, and I was like, it just doesn't make any sense because you have to go back anyways. I mean, I guess if you got the bow, I don't know. That gave me a headache to think about, so I dropped that one really quick. And the sword was over there too from Mini Moldorm Cave. I guess you could have gotten the bombs from the bush crab instead. I don't know. It didn't make sense. I think the only thing I would have changed would have been somehow figuring out a way to do Turtle Rock first, because not having to do Death Mountain the long way twice would have been much faster. So getting that hook shot, I think, would have been a little bit better early, but that's pretty minor too.
Yeah, I didn't even, well, because if you go up this first trip, right, then you, I guess I see what you mean, because you don't have the hook shot, right. Then you get the hook shot there, then you come back the easier way the next time you come up, because you have to double dip the mountain no matter what.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I didn't even think of that. That's really genius.
Yeah, I thought about it super late. I mean, for some reason, like going to get Samaria before I went up Death Mountain was off. Just wasn't registering in my mind, but in the end, though, you end up just kind of having a little bit more hearts and stuff for Turtle Rock, so it's not like it would have been a huge time save. You would have had to have a really good, clean, lampless Turtle Rock for it to probably make the difference.
Was there any other... Oh, go ahead, Qirn.
Oh, I was just saying, yeah. That was literally it. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no.
Excellent.
Actually, I guess I was curious. Did you ever give any consideration to not picking up the hook shot?
To what?
To not picking up the hook shot, or like just like hovering Moldrum too?
No, I mean, no. I think hover seeds are very, very rare in these situations because the hook shot really only gets you when you don't know where it's at. And most of the time having it is always just, that much faster. So, I mean, you literally had to go into that room to get the small key. There was no other way around it. So you would have just been, skipping the chest open animation time. And I'm not quite that confident in my hovering to just be like, I'll save 1 millisecond here. It'll make all the difference.
Now we did see some hovering from you in Paradox Cave though. You got to not bump jump.
I did in Paradox Cave, and there was one other one I wanted to do. I just couldn't find any rational logic in my head to do it with how it worked in Mire, but there was actually a heart container on the bridge chest, and I was like, I could just go get this and hover across. If I get it first try, it's not a time loss really, and I'll have an extra heart. And then if I miss it, I just look really stupid. But then the key layout didn't really work out well, so you would have had to backtrack over there anyways. And I was like, I can't double down on looking stupid. Like, I'll look stupid once, but I can't like actively go out of my way to look stupid. So I elected not to do that.
So I think you mentioned Ack, you don't watch any of the streams. So like Qirn did watch like how does like watching the stream kind of like influence what you do? Or does it just kind of like make you like more or less nervous, or?
It usually makes me more nervous. Like, I bet that it probably hurts me more than it helps because I spend so much time being distracted with like, okay, I think I'm 20 seconds ahead. Okay, I'm gonna look at the clock when they're here, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. This at 30, I'm losing time again, and like it literally doesn't matter. Like, I should just play the game, but sometimes it does matter. And actually, a lot of sessions where it ends up helping me out is when I'm behind my opponent or we're doing stuff in a different order, because they will often open up chests that I never even thought about. So like if Ack and I took a different route, then I would have known, oh hey, I can go do the Spiral Cave for a bottle and also a green potion. That would have been really helpful. I would have done that, or the brewery house to get the extra heart container, or like I totally would have cheated off of him there. And sometimes watching your opponent can bail you out of a stupid thing that you don't even realize is stupid yet. Like, as I was going up to Tower of Hera and getting the fire rod, I was like, this is one of the quasi-gotchas of the seed. If Ack's watching me because I'm ahead and I can see that I'm ahead, then he knows that it's there all of a sudden and might, not have that. Anyway, so there's that aspect to it too, where it's like, it very often actually bails me out of doing a stupid thing I'm about to do. But honestly, I should have just shut it off after I had all the items I needed and I knew my route was fine and not looked, because it just hurts me because I just get distracted.
You actually gave me
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you gave me a better idea. That's like why I die early, is so that I can get behind, and that way my opponent can't see where all these safeties are until it's too late.
Actually, I literally thought that could be a possibility. I like that thought actually went through my mind. I was
really?
Like, is this intentional?
What?
Get a little bit behind, and then just out execute your opponent to get ahead again. There you go.
This is like 5 checks here by Ack.
It did actually, thinking about it, it did make a difference in Ganon's tower, because I was going to grab the 2 heart containers and the hope chests, but I could see that Ack was right behind me and gaining time. And then I was also going to do the safety room, but same thing. I was like, I don't have time to do the safety room, so I'm just going to hope that I pick up hearts on the way.
Dang. I do look sometimes. It really just depends. Usually it is late game, something like GT or something like that. If there are some like huge safeties late, I will peek and just see, where I'm at in the race and decide whether or not it's worth it. When it's like 2 hearts and hope room, I will definitely not look, because I don't want to talk myself out of not getting them. So basically
Yeah.
kind of to what Qirn said, like if I don't know, I'll just get them. But like I know a couple of races ago in here, like there was a sword that was like in rando room or something, and I was thinking about it, and then I actually pulled up and I was like, well, I really don't think I have that much time, and so I elected not to do it. But every now and then I'll look for very fringe situations. But I try not to distract myself too much because there's already too much going on to begin with.
Yeah, this is really crazy mode.
But man, GG, sorry that a switch block was the difference here. You never think that is going to be something that happens. It's interesting how this game can surprise you. But man, good luck to you moving forward, and thanks for the restream and commentary. And thank you, Tracker, as well. Even though you knew where all the items were, I still thank you very much.
No one knew what order of items you guys were going to get them in. So certainly it's still a challenge. Thank you so much, though, to both of you for putting on such a great race for us. I mean, it was, 95% of it was just super, super close and tight. I mean, it was really exciting. We were on the edge of our seats, especially watching your boss fights, Qirn. We were always very concerned that you weren't going to pull out, but you always survive, so we were happy.
Yeah. If you watch it back, you might see some poor attempts at me memeing the both of you.
Oh no!
Just as a warning.
Oh no!
Sinek promised me that we were all on your side, Ack, and not totally yours, Qirn.
I pressed my bumpers a whole lot, expecting my item to change, and it didn't happen. So I mean, that just put me in a bad mood from the start. Yeah.
That's strange.
I don't know. Like maybe somebody should do something about that next season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like ban quick swap across all modes so that it's not even an impulse.
Well, I guess this is your first and last POG championship.
Good game, Ack, and good luck going forward. Now that I am officially knocked out of the running for the brackets, I hope you can win your next match and carry the torch.
Dude, I don't know. If I'm carrying a torch, the only thing I'm gonna do with it is set myself on fire. So I would root for something else, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, but thanks for the restream, everybody.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
it was a good race.
Yeah, it was very great. Thank you so much for both of you. At least you guys had a very executed super well.
So tomorrow, can I talk about tomorrow now?
You can talk about tomorrow, Sinek.
Yes. Okay, we've got some really hot matchups tomorrow. We've got Gerdo versus Arier. That's a 4-1 match. That's going to be on SpeedGaming 1. That's at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. And then 2 hours later, we've got Hydropower versus Salty Fry. Two also pretty good runners. That'll also be on SpeedGaming 1. And then hopefully we can get commentary and crew for it. And if we can, we've got at 7:15 Walther versus Dante. That we don't have a channel for yet, but we're going to see if we can get that on the air. And then also, we have One Up versus Matt 7898. That is also, the channel is to be determined on that one as well. If all else fails, you can always watch their streams directly too. All four of those races are going to be pretty great ones to watch.
Yeah, this race was pretty dang good too.
Yeah.
It's mediocre at best. No, thanks a lot, guys. I do. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
GG's.
Yeah, good night. And with that, we are going to wrap this up. I have been Sinak, and I've been joined by
Clear Mouse. Thank you so much to our tracker, Validity, doing all of the hard work behind the scenes, pushing those buttons, keeping track of all those items to make sure the Sinek guys stay honest. Thank you so much. And certainly thank you SpeedGaming for letting us put on the show. Any final thoughts, Sinek?
I think it's time to say goodnight.
All right. Have a great night, everybody. And thanks again for the coke on, Sinek.
Yes, you too.